Before buying a land. Now, the first thing to consider before buying a land is your budget. Before buying any land, you would actually have to ask yourself if you can afford it and other expenses that come with it. Buying a land comes with other expenses other than the cost of the land. Other expenses like legal fees, cost of securing the land, fencing, will come into play. So if your budget for purchasing a land is 5 million, you wouldn't pour the whole 5 million on the land. You would have to go for a land of 3.5 million and use the remaining 1.5 million for other expenses that comes with buying a land. The second thing to consider before buying a land is your location. Now, this plays a very important role in the overall value of land. The amount any land is sold is dependent on several factors, and one of which is your location. Now, for location, we have three things to put into consideration. One, the trend of development and industrialization in that area. Two, the potential growth of that area. And three, this proximity to major landmarks, e.g. a university, a seaport, an airport, a refinery, a university, or an international market. Now, you will agree with me that any land located close to an airport or a refinery will appreciate steadily and will assure you high return on investment. You will also want to know what that area will look like in 10 to 15 years' time. Now, the truth is, for real estate, in as much as land doesn't depreciate, having a strategic location will increase your chances of getting more value in future sales. The third thing to consider before buying any land is land use. Now, land use, simply put, means what the land can be used for. What can be built on that land. Now, for land use, we have different categories, but the common ones are residential, commercial, agricultural, or recreational. Now, if you want to get a land for your business, it will be wrong for you to get a land designated for residential. Instead, you will have to go for a land that is designated for commercial purposes. First thing to consider before buying any land is vacant possession. Now, this is very, very important. I repeat, this is very, very important. Now, what does it mean? Vacant possession means that the land must be free from any claim of right of ownership by a third party. You wouldn't want a situation where after buying land, someone comes to you a year or two later to tell you that that land belongs to him or her. In order to avoid this, you need to do what we call your due diligence. Now, if you are buying from a developer, you have nothing to worry about because the developer has already done his due diligence before selling the land to you. But if you are buying from a family or from an individual, then you have to do your due diligence. You will therefore have to ask the following salient questions. 1. The person selling to you, is he the owner of the land? 2. If he's not the owner of the land, does he have the right to sell that land to you? 3. Has that land been used as a collateral for any loan? Now, you would agree with me that if you go to the bank to get a loan, you could use your car, you could use your house, or you could use your land as a collateral. Now, you will want to know if that land that is to be sold to you has been used as a collateral for any loan to avoid issues. Now, the fourth question you should ask is the land under any family disputes? Are members of the family fighting over the land? Is it a situation where the first wife is claiming that land belongs to me and my children, and the second wife, on the other hand, is saying, I produced the first son, so the land belongs to me? So you would want to know if there are family disputes or people are fighting over the land. Now, oftentimes, I encourage people to go for site inspection. It's also a brilliant idea to disguise and go to the area where that land is located and ask salient questions from people around that area. Ask about the seller. Is he a troublemaker? Is he a dubious person? Is he somebody that will sell land to Mr. A today and sell to Mr. B today? These questions, you should ask them and get answers to these questions. It's also very important to run a search on any land you want to buy. You can do this at the land registry. Now, the last thing to consider before buying any land is your title. Now, this is very important. Always ask for the title of the land. Is it a certificate of occupancy land? Is it a gazette land? Is it a government allocated land? Whatever the title is, ask and get to know what it is. Then also ask for the documents on that land. But you won't stop there. You would also do a verification on those documents given to you. Do a thorough verification and ensure that everything is intact. After doing all this, you can be sure that that land is safe for you to buy. My name is Onomuwe Jacinta Eloho, and I'm your go-to resource person for all your real estate concerns. Thank you.